Uh,
We're back.
we're back. We were talking about bumps. She said she's got a bump.
I have bump here,
me
and he's
too.
got a bump there. His is from pie, though.
Mine's a pie bump.
So anyway, we are here for the weekly update. We don't have a topic in mind. We may end up thinking of one as we're on here, but we just came to give you our weekly update just because I feel like it's important if we're doing weekly countdowns to keep counting down, right? So I am currently.
And if any of you guys are astute viewers, you will notice that she's drinking coffee. And this is the first one where I don't have any coffee.
We should do like a quiz. Tell us what was different about this week's video.
Well, now they know.
Holly has the coffee.
Holly's got coffee. Luke has no coffee.
We're both Redcon 1 attire.
Redcon 1 shirts on. They give you so many shirts.
So anyway, I, as of yesterday, am 6 weeks out.
I gotta adjust my chair. There we go.
You should do that before we start.
I just wasn't okay.
Okay, so I am 6 weeks out, and this week I did have a big drop. Y'all know I'm always talking about never feel like nothing's happening, never feel like anything's happening. I'm being Craig County. Never feel like anything is happening.
She took my advice.
Right. So I had a deload week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm way too stressed out, y'all. Mm-hmm. If you know me, you know I'm spaz kind of.
Cortisol is a real hormone. Just so you know.
I don't think that I have a cortisol issue. However, I did take a deload week because it was just time. I typically go probably 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks on a plan of some sort. Then I'll have a deload week, and then I'll start something else. And so I felt like it was a good time to have a deload week, being that I am now 6 weeks left to the competition. And so I had basically a Monday. My plan was Monday, Wednesday, and Friday full body, but I ended up doing Monday and Wednesday full body, and then Friday lower sort of. I think I did glutes and calves, and then Saturday I did shoulders and something. I don't know. So I hit pretty much everything 2 to 3 times for the week. But I had it, I did have Tuesday and Thursday was just cardio days. I've tried to keep my cardio more low intensity, steady state, especially on days that I lift. I was doing like interval stuff on the bike and everything, and I decided that does not work so well. If I'm going to do interval things, they're going to be like post weights. I used to do after weights, like 15 minutes on the step mill of intervals. So kind of going back with that, and we'll see what happens in the next 6 weeks. But I was checking on I couldn't find my weight. So this week, Saturday is kind of my unofficial check-in day, and I was at a new low. So since the Saturday before, I lost 2.4 pounds in a week, which is, I said it's probably muscle. So, but I always talk about fluctuating up and down, and sometimes it's up and sometimes it's down. And this is the way it always happens for me, is nothing happens. It seems like a couple of weeks, and then there will be a big drop. So I say it all the time to my clients, but it's hard to listen to yourself when you say weight loss is not linear. You're not going to consistently go down. You're probably level and then you'll drop. And so the big thing, what's our overarching theme, y'all, on this whole channel? What do we say all the time? Consistency, y'all. That's the overarching theme. Everything we talk about is consistency. So you be consistent. The progress will happen. It will happen. Trust the process. That's the saying, right? This is the reason why, because if I got frustrated at the times where there was not a drop, there's stuff going on, y'all, even when you don't see it, even when the scale doesn't show it. There is stuff going on. If you just stick with what you're supposed to be doing,
Don't let her fool you.
it will show up.
She gets frustrated.
I do. Everybody does. We're all human. We all get frustrated.
And I try and, talk her down.
So anyway, it was a good week. It was a good deload week. It is actually very helpful for me to have those rest days in there, like full, well, it's not full rest. I still do cardio, but the low intensity is like walking for 45 minutes is not stressful to me. I walk with my walking class and that's part of my activity. But
especially outside now, the weather's trying to get nice again.
Yeah, but it's crazy March
nice
weather today. It's like sunny but rainy, then windy, then it's everything all at once.
Today I did arms and then I did 20 minutes on the step mill.
Oh wait, so tell your update.
Oh, my update. Yeah, so I've gained 2.8 pounds in 2 weeks.
So that's 1.4 pounds a week.
Yeah.
So what is your analysis of that? What would you tell people if you had a client? What would you say for that amount of weight gain? Is that good?
I'm gonna be trying to gain that weight.
Yeah, if you're trying to gain muscle, what's good?
I would think about a pound. If you can get about a pound a week, that might be the upper end. And I've had a lot of salt lately, so who knows what.
Yeah, I'd say a pound is definitely upper. So to be sure,
you definitely aren't
that you're gaining lean.
You're not going to gain a pound of muscle.
You really shouldn't. You should kind of be. You really shouldn't have weekly gain, but again, you're going to gain based on sodium, your carbs the day before, how late you eat at night makes a huge difference.
Yeah,
because I ran out of food.
Well, and so
I ran out of food Friday super early.
Yeah.
Right. Well, then my weight was super down on Saturday because there was nothing left in me. Mm-hmm. And I think that had that
does have an impact. And so like if your sodium levels are up and you increase your water, you will increase your water absorption. So having sodium anyway, your body will it will hold more water because the sodium will kind of act as a gateway into your cells, and you'll fill up with more water in all of your body, and so if you drink more water, you will hold more water to a point where you're at an equilibrium with the sodium. So having a bunch of sodium and then be upping my water to like 1.5 gallons for a couple days, so the thing that we're always talking about, and she says it all the time too, is that's why you weigh yourself frequently. I'll weigh myself next Saturday, and if I've leveled out or gone back down, see, it was just
and that's why I think, I weigh pretty much every day. And this is why, because I also make notes of, if I slept terrible, my weight, I slept good last night. If I slept terrible, it affects my weight. If I ate late at night, if I had something high sodium the day before. So knowing all this information makes a big difference, because weighing once a week is fine for like big picture. And if you don't have like real specific, like date deadline goals, I think that that's fine. But again, like with him, like the sodium the night before or whatever, the next week. Yeah. But so the next week's probably not going to be the same, right? Unless if your food intake was not the same on Friday, then you kind of have to look at that too on Saturday, because your fiber could be a lot different. And if you have a lot of fiber, that's going to like make your weight a lot more too, because again, that's carbs, it holds water.
As long as it's in your system, it'll hold water.
Right. So
fiber won't stay there for very long.
Unless you're me, and then it's like, you never know. I'm like the Kramer episode with going to the bathroom. I missed the opportunity. If y'all have seen Seinfeld, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so that's our update for the week. And we really didn't have a topic. We kind of got on a little bit of a topic, but anyway, we just want to let you know where we are this week. And so again, I'm changing to a new plan.
I think I'm
this
gonna
coming
kind
week.
of do something a little different. I think so. What I was doing was legs push pull off. So legs starting on Monday. So normally be off on Sunday, Monday legs, and then push and then pull, and then off on Thursday, and then legs again on Friday, and then Saturday is like upper body. But yesterday I took arms out of that and really just did chest, back, shoulders. And it was really because by the time I got done with my shoulders, I couldn't hold weights enough to physically curl weights.
Couldn't do that.
I couldn't do the arms. So I did arms today, like as an actual day, and I plastered them. So I think I might just do that, where I do do legs, push, pull, and then I do legs, upper body minus arms, and then arm day on Sunday. Rinse, repeat.
Yeah, so I think being 6 weeks out, you don't want to change a whole lot. You want to make sure that your activity is sufficient. I think for me and anybody that's competing, especially, I think now is not the time that you don't want to lower your weights. Like you don't want to lessen your weight used. Any more than you have to. I think a lot of people towards the end of prep, you're getting so tired and things like that, that you tend to lower your weight and up your reps, and they think it's a good method. But I think the key thing is to really push your muscles as hard as you can during that time period, even if it's not, because I question, okay, should I be 5 or 6 days of training? But then again, for me, it's almost like recovery is more important for me, kind of overall, especially now, because I'm very high stress, sort of like life anyway. So it's almost better for me. Like I noticed in my deload week, even though it was a deload, I pushed harder than I probably normally push if I'm training like 5 or 6 days, because like I'm just exhausted. Like probably 30 to 45 minutes into my workout, I'm done. Like I'm pooped. So I think that having that plan of a little more recovery might be a good thing, because it's going to get me further ahead, like in the whole grand scheme of things. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? He knows what I'm saying.
I know what she's saying.
So
The
explain.
important part is she knows what she's saying. That's what's important.
Well, I want the viewers to understand too. So
lift
what I'm saying is, like,
heavy.
you want to lift as heavy as you can and be able to recover from it.
The recovery part is,
so recovery for me is very difficult. So if I train too many days, I am never fully recovered. So I'm not going to be able to lift as hard or as heavy because I'm still not recovered. So the recovery is super important. I think, especially when you're in a caloric deficit too, because if you don't recover, then your body it's going to start taking the muscle, and that's, I feel like
it's really a huge
occurrence
game
for me.
Of,
yeah, and so like
intake,
calories in versus calories out, and what extra life, that you do.
Extra doing over here, all this stuff right here.
There's all extras, right? And so like I do these activity classes at college. So I really need to factor in the activity. So like as a coach, and I know when I've used coaches before for prep, it's important to know like extra activities. That's why, when I have my clients track on the app that we use, I need to know the stuff you're doing. So if we have a 10,000 calorie step goal, but I'm saying, all All right, if you,
10,000 calories.
I mean, a 10,000 step goal, 10,000 steps,
You're gonna
10,000.
burn 10,000 calories a day. It's crazy. You should try
If we
it.
have a 10,000 step goal for the day,
Yeah.
but let's say, for example, for you, you ride the bike
Mhm.
for like 40 minutes in the morning.
Mhm.
So if you ride the bike for 40 minutes, whatever he rides,
Something.
is something, whatever. If you're doing cardio,
I ride it for 40 minutes.
if you're doing cardio for 30 or 40 minutes in the morning, you factor that in.
I don't
would
track my
not-
steps.
No, but I'm just saying, if I had a client doing that,
Yeah.
I'm going to count that
As
towards your
movement.
activity.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
I got you.
say, yeah, you have to do cardio for 45 minutes
And then you have
plus
to
get
your
10,000 steps.
Yeah. No, I know.
So what I'm saying is, like, week to week, if you're trying to reach a goal, or if you're competition prep or whatever, week to week, you have to know all these. So you have to adjust for all of the variables, right? You're not going to just keep dropping your calories. If your activity is super high, you don't need to. You don't need to do that. But if you don't know, you don't know.
Mhm.
So that's why
That's like
tracking is important.
When I'm in prep, because I climb radio towers. We're not always climbing. We're not commercial tower climbers. Those guys are nuts. So I might not climb all the time, but be like, this week I didn't climb very much, just a little bit, doing like simple maintenance or something. And then we'll have like some big project, and then I'm climbing every day and I'm in prep. And being a type 1 diabetic, that messes with my blood sugar. That messes with everything. My blood sugars will be super low, because then my Lantus dose, my long-acting insulin, will be too high, and I'll drop a bunch of weight towards the end of that. It's crazy. Yeah. So that's what she's talking about. Like,
you have to adjust.
You have to,
like, accordingly.
all your activity is all your activity. So like, if I'm climbing a bunch in a week, I will do less cardio, because I'm already doing a bunch of cardio.
Right. Like, if I'm walking with walking class and I know we're walking 2 to 3 miles, I don't need to get up and do 45 minutes of cardio on those days.
Which means on those days, she will just wake up, because she can sleep in, so she won't.
Well, now it's like, it's just hard. It gets harder to sleep.
It does get hard to sleep when you're late in prep. It really, you don't want to sleep. You're almost like a zombie. You're just trying to get through the day every day. I'm not trying to discourage any of you who are looking to maybe compete, but you should know up front, when you get down to like the last 6 weeks.
6 weeks is rough.
Yeah, the 6 week mark.
This is when you
like
really,
marker,
this is when you want to quit. Well, a lot of people want to quit before they've even started.
Yeah.
Or they start two weeks in, they're,
Yeah.
But at 6 to 8 weeks,
6 weeks out,
8 weeks out,
it's
bad. Getting really down to the nitty gritty. And it's almost like your body knows what's going on.
It's like, you're not fooling me.
But I am just, y'all know, I always talk about, you're sort of stuck, you're staying at the same place. And then sort of out of nowhere, you'll have this drop. And then it's like, you're just on this roll, and then you're really in it, but then you really feel it. And it's like you've hit a wall in the mental department. Your body still keeps going. It's amazing what you can still do, even though you feel like death and like you don't want to do it, but still do it.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
So what did I read today? I try to read in the mornings.
She reads, I don't.
So there was something that I read, and this was a good thing. This is very good, like for competition or goals or whatever. And I'm probably going to get it wrong. I don't even remember who said it, but it was basically that life does not get easier. You get stronger. And the same thing applies, like when you have these goals or competition prep or whatever, because every single time I have competed, it's gotten better because I know what to expect. People that do one time and compete and then they quit, they don't even know how much better they would be like the second time or third time or fourth time. It's every time is a learning experience. So I had just posted on my Instagram, I don't know if I should be doing this. I second guess myself all the time, probably worse or as bad as anybody. And I think a lot of people feel that I've just got it all together and I'm so dedicated and I'm so disciplined, but I doubt myself more than anybody. But one thing is that every time, every competition, I have learned something. And if I can't apply it to me, then I can help him, like in applying it to him, if nothing else. But it does, every time you go through something like that, even if it's not a competition prep, even if it's just a cycle in your training or something that you do to challenge yourself, you get stronger from it. And so life does not get easier. You just get better at it.
Life will always be a struggle. You just keep struggling to get you better. It's like a RPG video game. You start out with like the crappiest crap, and then you keep leveling up, and the game gets easier, but it levels up with you. So you have to keep leveling up. That's what it does.
Gotta level up, people.
You gotta level up.
I mean, level up.
Get better equipment and level up.
You can either choose to be where you are, or you can deal with the difficult crap and you're going to get stronger and it's going to get better.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've rambled long enough, I think. So anyway, we need to stretch, y'all.
We're not going to talk about anything today at all. We're just going to give you the update. And
well, we just start talking. See, this is sometimes the best updates are the ones that aren't planned.
This is where she'll find out that she never hit record.
Wait, am I recording? Oh, thank goodness.
Oh man, that would have been
recording. I'm like, I think I remember it saying
not only are we not going to talk to you guys about anything today, but she didn't hit record.
But you're not ever going to see it. So anyway, I'm trying to catch up, y'all. So we hopefully will have caught up within the next couple of weeks to where we will be on my number of weeks out, and each week you'll be along with me, I hope. So
right at the end by the time she gets there.
I'm gonna work on it. I'm working on it, y'all. So we got 2 posted this weekend.
She got 2 posted this weekend. Not very helpful. I sit here and talk.
Yeah, but anyway, so we have to go stretch now because he needs flexibility.
Flexibility, you have no idea.
So thanks for being here, and we will see you on the next one.
Yep. Thanks.